Pierpont Racquet Club members, this is your friendly fitness trainer, John Osumi from the fitness department, coming at you again with another video on some fitness tips on some maintenance for your body. Today's video is going to be about back maintenance and how to deal with aches and pains that you might experience in your low back area. And I have some exercises that you can do to help maintain this area and keep it strong. In layman's terms, if your back is hurting, it's probably doing a little more of a load of your daily activities than it should. And the back is designed to be part of a chain of muscles that contributes to certain tasks, particularly holding your posture and locomotion. But from sitting, we develop really faulty movement patterns, and certain muscle groups shut down, like the glutes, and then certain other groups start picking up the slack for the lack of action from these muscle groups, and that would be the low back. And sometimes that can manifest itself as aches and pains. And just to keep things simple, I want to go over just two really simple exercises that you can do on a daily basis. You can work this into your exercise routine, or you can just do these on your own. But they're very helpful, and the idea of these exercises is that they're going to maintain balance within the posterior chain muscles, meaning the muscles on the back of your leg and your low back. We're going to teach them all to work together, and when all these muscles work together with this cooperation, there's not one part of the muscle group, particularly the low back, that's going to be overstressed if you have these proper movement patterns in place. First exercise I'm going to focus on is you're going to feel it mainly in the hamstrings, but this exercise is for the hamstrings, the glute, and the low back, meaning the back of the thighs, the butt, and the lower back area. All these muscles are going to work together on this exercise, and I call it the two-legged bridge. For the two-legged bridge, I'm going to show you several progressions of this exercise. I'll start with the easiest version, and then I'll work up to the most difficult version. But as you progress, you can change to these different versions of the exercise to continue making progress with it. And at some point, you're going to master this exercise, and to continue progress, we're going to have to go into more free weight type exercise. First version of the two-legged bridge will be, I have my arms straight out to my sides, my palms are up, and my knees are completely straight. So the only bend that's going to happen in your body on this exercise will be at the waist. With this proper setup, with my knees remaining straight, I'm going to press down gently into the ball, and as I press down, my hips are going to rise. And I'm going to raise my hips only to the level to where my body is in a straight line. I don't want to hyperextend, meaning I don't want my belly button to come higher than the rest of the plane of my body. I'm going to come up slowly. I'm going to feel the muscles of the hamstrings, lifting my body to that position. Once at the top, I'm going to pause oh so briefly, maybe just for half a beat. And then I'm going to lower, and this is the key, you want to lower under tension. So you want those same muscles that raised you to the upper position, you want those muscles to remain under tension as you return back down to the starting position. And the starting position will be where your rear lightly touches the ground, but you do not want to rest your weight. You want to keep that tension on, and then go right into the next repetition. A good repetition count would be about 15 repetitions. And then once you can do 15 repetitions perfectly, then we can talk about advancing this exercise. The next exercise is going to be a little more specific. This is going to work more on the glutes. So all three of these muscle groups are working on this exercise as well, but the glutes are going to be the prime mover on this one, and this is where you're going to feel it the most. So the setup for this one, you're just still lying on your back. We do not use the ball for this one. I have my knees bent, and I have my lower leg perpendicular to the floor. So it's coming down to the floor at a right angle. You just want to make sure that your knees bent properly so your leg isn't angled, but your lower leg, meaning from your knee to your foot, is straight up and straight down. The key to this one is that your heel is the contact point on the floor. You know, obviously your whole foot is flat on the floor, but your heel is what you're going to push through to make this action happen. And the reason for that is when you push through your heels, that's going to activate the glute muscles, and that's the target of this exercise. And the progression for this exercise is very simple. You're just going to progress it to one leg at a time. So the leg that is on the ground that's doing the work is going to go through the exact same technique. There's a little bit more balance involved with this. The other leg is going to be straight, and the key to this other leg being straight is that you want to make sure that it stays in the same trajectory as the leg that's on the ground. So meaning, I do not want the non-working leg to lift higher than the thigh of the working leg, if that makes sense. So if you lift that non-working leg too high, it just takes away the exercise and it makes it much easier. And if you're looking to progress and you're looking to get stronger, you do not want to make things easier for yourself. You want to get to the goals that you set for yourself. So as an athlete, as a tennis player here at the Pierpont Racquet Club, you've probably experienced some aches and pains at some period of your life and the low back. It could be that maybe you're driving a desk at work, but whatever the case is, these exercises can be super helpful, and you got to think of them as maintenance. They're not going to work if you do them only one time. What makes them work is the consistency of doing them on a regular basis and making sure that these muscles receive this stimulation over and over again so they can commit it to muscle memory. It's just like any other skill. You want your exercise to be a habit, so your brain does not have to think about these movements. It just automatically does it through the force of repetition.